Live from inside Porsche, Colorado Springs, it's the First Dibs podcast with our hosts, John Deisty and Justin Underwood. Buckle up and let's go for a ride.
See if you can spot this one.
What are you turning that down for?
I'm not. I'm just turning it off the internet so we don't get canceled.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to First Dibs. I'm Justin.
I'm John.
With something in your throat.
Yep. And that's a Dakar.
All right. What a week it's been.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that we're here and doing this because it doesn't feel like Friday to me.
No.
Yeah, no, it kind of feels like all the days, but we're back. We had a good week. We dodged the bullet so far, and
The bullet being illness.
yeah, well, and bullets and whatever,
Other bullets.
whatever you wanted to dodge. I didn't catch anything this week.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Good week. Sold some cars, so that was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like the holiday season is upon us.
Yes.
People are here and out and doing things.
John launched himself from 1 car to 9 cars this week
Yeah,
being sold.
they're not all gone. So
yeah.
they don't count tomorrow.
Right.
But yeah, it was a very good. I had 2. I think I had 2 last week. Though.
Okay.
But yeah, it was busy.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we should probably talk a little business.
Yeah.
I was so busy that I couldn't prepare anything. Let us know if you liked our little promos and video walkarounds. They stole our idea. Did we talk about that? How Cars and Bids is kind of doing what we want to do.
Yeah.
So we got to do it better.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
we can get an assistant.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool? Somebody
Yeah.
to just do what we want them to do.
Right.
I think that's technically
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to be, but I don't listen very well.
Yeah, I thought I had kids for that, but they don't
No,
do anything that
that's
I
not
asked them
true
to
at all either.
do. So,
Yeah. But we got a Targa.
we got a super cool Targa.
Yeah.
2015 Targa 4S. Yeah, 2050.
Yep.
GT Silver with a natural leather espresso
Yeah.
interior. Huge build. Premium Package Plus, Sports Chrono Package, Sport Exhaust, PDK.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
If you need one car to do everything, I think it's a Targa.
It's pretty awesome.
It's all-wheel drive. It's a coupe. It's a convertible.
yep,
It's both.
Right.
It can be both. It's just
Truck. It's a car. It's a car.
yeah.
Truck.
It's just
an El Camino.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Pontiac Aztec of Porsche 911s, right?
I don't know that I would say
Those are
that.
coming back, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You could
yeah.
you could open up the back. They need a tent. What if we did that? Let's build a tent where you pull a button, you pull the trunk button to pull the Targa top
Right.
back, and it just stretches the tent back, and then you've got like a little living quarter.
That would be cool.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a super cool, gorgeous car. It's only
Yeah.
got 15,000 miles on it, if even that. Started new here.
Yeah.
And then the most recent owner actually bought it
From
here
me.
as for
Yeah.
a pre-owned car, and then just kind of recently relocated to Texas, but was kind enough to give us an opportunity to buy it back when he realized he wasn't using it. And so anyway, it's here.
Yeah. I think that's a winner.
And I think I asked you, did we talk about the Endurance Racing Edition car?
I don't remember,
Yeah.
so we can talk about it again.
We have a 2017 Endurance Racing Edition.
Carrera
911.
S.
Right. Super cool. And then we did confirm that this one was fitted with the X51 package at a dealer somewhere.
We looked at it says Power Kit on it, so
Right.
somebody may have just bought a carbon fiber Power Kit badge.
That's what, yeah.
But I don't think so.
X51 on the side.
Yep.
That's not part of the Endurance Racing.
Have they looked at the The turbos?
So the turbochargers, and then also it's something that only you could see in the PVIS tester, which is the diagnostic tool, is that it's been checked off with X51 power kits because it has to be programmed.
Yeah.
Right. It's but turbochargers, mapping.
It's like a factory tune.
Yeah.
To bring it up to GTS power levels.
Right. Yeah.
450. Yep.
Yeah. Rear wheel drive.
Narrow body.
Narrow body car. Yeah. And they made how many? 250?
I don't know.
It's not many.
Yep.
And then this is the only black one that I've seen in person. I've seen white ones and red ones.
Huh. Interesting.
So I think black is actually pretty rare. And then this one does have the Porsche Intelligent Performance sticker package going across. That's the identifier.
Quite loud.
It is very loud.
Quite loud with stickers.
People just ask, what does it say? Well, it would say Porsche Intelligent Performance.
Yep. But you got to be smart to see it.
Yeah, you got
It's like those Magic Eye posters. You got to stare at it for a little while.
Yep. So I tried to load John's belly up tonight with some Arby's.
Yeah.
And John didn't.
That scared the shit out of me. There are two of us.
Trying to get some sponsorships.
There are two of us here, and the driver showed up with 4 garbage bags full of Arby's and a drink carrier with a root beer float in 2 separate cups. It's the root beer and it's the float. So I don't know. I got scared away.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, back to business. What? Oh, tell me your experience. So we did mention that we have a couple G-Wagons here, but you drove one of them because you didn't have a car yesterday, but you drove one of them.
I drove the 2015 G550. So it's the previous generation of G-Wagon. It was really fun. It's a totally different experience. You know, the car is massive, but the space inside doesn't feel that way. It still feels pretty enclosed. I guess probably because the doors are 3 inches thick, and that all adds up.
Right.
Very, very smooth compared to what I was expecting. You know, I was expecting it to be big and clunky and trucky, but you can feel the Mercedes side of it. Pretty docile. You got to use a lot of throttle to get it to accelerate, but then when you do, it does. Yeah, I thought that thing was that was pretty cool.
Did the kids go for a ride in it?
No, I didn't pick them up
because I think the back seat is still the stadium style.
It is a little stadium-y. Yep. You get a little bit of boost there. But yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. I understand the appeal. You know, I think in my world, I like having my SUV be on the sporty side of things because I don't have a sports car. But I could see the appeal of wanting a more different experience, right? If you had like a Cayman GT4 in the garage or a 911 or something like that, and you wanted to have more of a truck, the G-Wagon is pretty cool. And it felt like people look at you a little different on the road too.
Yeah.
It's very imposing. Pretty decent visibility, especially out front. You know, like it's got these big light posts, turn signal kind of indicators on the front of the hood, and they really let you know where the front of the car is, so you don't have to worry about accidentally bumping a rock or somebody else's car.
Right.
So, and not as big as it looks big, it feels small, and it drives kind of somewhere in between those two. Like you've got a lot of room in the lane where you don't have to worry about kind of like if you're towing a trailer. I'm always looking in my rearview mirrors to make sure my trailer isn't over a lane line. In this, I don't have to worry about that. Like the car just isn't that bulky.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I see the appeal. I also drove our 2009 Cayenne Turbo S today. That's where my money would go. It's a Porsche. It's got that Porsche feel all over it. And I just was immediately comfortable in that versus being in the G-Wagon. I never felt really confident. Like there's Austin Bluffs is the route I take kind of from home here. And there's a part where it goes uphill past Colorado, UCCS, I think. Yeah. And in my WRX, I do 55 or 60 allegedly. And in the G-Wagon, I was looking down, I was doing like 47 and a little nervous. You know, I think you could probably grow into feeling okay with that. But it didn't inspire this confidence at speed. Whereas that Cayenne Turbo S, I feel like I could probably do $120 up that hill and, you know, just be fine.
Yeah.
So
the G-Wagons they're super cool. They're a really neat, unique car. And like you say, people, they notice you on the road.
yeah.
And I could say from at least personal experience, I never received anything. It didn't feel like negative attention on the road, you know, driving around. It was just like, oh, you know, that's cool.
It's still a happy car.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just, I feel like, you know, when the H2 Hummers came out, those I thought probably gained negative attention. Right. Because they were the gluttonous thing. And, you know, people are thinking you need to be a little bit earth conscious about it.
Yep. World's largest mobile toaster.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, just underpowered, like a huge box.
Yep.
You know. So I've got here on my phone. I've been kind of watching the Sotheby's auction in Las Vegas. The F1 race is this weekend in Las Vegas, and the auction's been kind of interesting. They auctioned off an F1 car, which went for $17.1 million.
That's pretty good.
And I believe the same guy that bought the car bought a Hermes handbag for $50,000 earlier. But where was my head going with this?
I don't know. You were watching the auction. Couple cool. Are there cool Porsches that are going up on the auction?
Yeah, cool Porsche stuff. But we were talking about the big, you know, the heavy G-Wagon is one of the cars that is coming up at the auction. If it didn't already run, actually was a Rolls Royce.
Oh, the Cullinan.
The Cullinan with the Mansory package. And I noticed one of the pictures that they had of the car was the VIN label that's inside the driver's door jamb area. 7,200-pound gross vehicle weight. I mean,
that's up there for something without batteries.
It is massive.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a huge, heavy automobile. I just thought, wow, well, what size truck do you have to be greater than 7,000-pound gross vehicle
That's
weight?
Probably a 1,500.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, I guess we got towing capacity.
Yeah.
Well, it's not towing capacity.
No, it's just load
what you put in
vehicle
the back.
plus stuff.
Right. Yeah. But man, it's an SUV.
Yeah.
A 4-seater SUV.
Yeah. And you put 2 people in it, and you're over the gross vehicle weight rating.
Yeah.
No, that's got a presence. That would be one of my I'm really rich cars. I would totally do a Cullinan.
It was pretty neat. Yeah, the photos online are definitely pretty cool of it. But yeah, no, the auction's actually been pretty interesting. There's been some cars not do so well. There's been some cars do better than expected. I was making notes of things, but yeah, the handbag selling for $50,000 was pretty cool. But Michael Schumacher, race worn suit. Is that the Ferrari?
I don't know. Some kind of fan just kicked on.
Yeah. That is loud.
Yeah, that's the Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But yeah, no, it's been kind of interesting to watch. And then everything that's happening in Las Vegas, this weekend, last weekend.
Do not Google Las Vegas manhole.
Why don't you tell us what the real story is?
Well,
John?
I don't really know, but a manhole cover got ripped out of the street because an F1 car drove over it so fast. the up force, I guess, from the ground effects sucked it out. So don't use any of those terms together in a Google search bar, unless you're at least not on company Wi-Fi. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was during practice 1. I haven't caught up on any of it, so I'm not sure. But I think it wrecked somebody's car.
Ouch.
So
that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, they've talked about stuff like that as far as, how much aerodynamics and how much downforce, that kind of thing is being played. But, I mean, if it really happened on the street, that's pretty incredible.
Yep.
So, but it sounds like they're having a tough time. I haven't watched anything except for a little brief snippet of their second practice.
I guess nobody knew it was going to be cold.
No one really thought of that.
Yeah.
Well, I know on F1 TV, one of their tech talk thing that they had on there was going to be about gambling on setups. So... yeah, I think at least that would lead me to believe that everyone still has no idea what they're going to be doing for the race.
I thought you meant like Vegas was taking odds on what ride height the Ferrari was going to be set to.
Maybe.
Okay, so that's the teams are gambling on their setups,
right, on their setups. Because they don't know.
Yeah.
They're changing brake bias because it's cold and it's very smooth, slick surface. Everyone keeps sliding around the same corners and just completely bypassing. So anyway, it should be a pretty fun, interesting race. It starts at 10 p.m., I think.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Or Sunday night? Not Sunday into Monday.
Sunday night.
Sunday night?
It's got to be
Sunday into
right?
Monday?
Yeah.
It's got to be Saturday.
Because they race on Sunday.
Well,
is that how it's going to work?
I don't know.
Well, now you got to be
God. Check your F1 facts here.
Right. But anyway, I thought like, oh my gosh, in my head, I'm thinking Sunday night at 10 p.m. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do that. I thought it was tomorrow.
Maybe it is.
Yeah. Practice 3 is in 2 hours.
Oh, so.
But then they got to do qualifying.
Right.
Which they would do tomorrow morning and then race tomorrow night. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who cares if you don't know?
Like you said, John, it's been a long week.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Is it still Thursday?
No. Fortunately, it's Friday.
Did we talk about that?
The Dakar?
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
Look at that thing
it's
behind us.
It's a pretty sweet. It's a beautiful car.
I really like that one.
I like the livery of this.
Yeah.
This is my favorite livery.
Me too. I think it's the 1971 Rally Edition. And it's fun.
Yeah.
And different.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a pretty cool, gorgeous car. And then actually, you can't see it from where we're sitting right now, but just on the other side of the Dakar, you can explain that car.
Oh, yeah. So qualifying is tomorrow at 1 a.m.
Okay. Wait, Saturday morning?
Yeah.
At 1 a.m.?
1 a.m. Yep. They're practicing right now. They get a 2-hour break and then they qualify. And then the race is tomorrow night.
At 10 p.m.?
23 o'clock.
11 Mountain Time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
23
That's what it says.
That's Zulu time.
Oh, 2300? Is that what I'm supposed to say?
It would not be 2300.
Well,
it would be 2300.
Shut up. Yeah, we can't really see the other one.
No, it's on the other side of the Dakar. It's super cool, though.
Really cool build. Yeah. I've got a client up in Seattle. He's a friend of our buddy Dan, who is making his monthly Car World rounds right now. He got us a shout out on the Smoking Tire.
Right.
They were drinking our whiskey and loved it. So Axe and the Oak guys, thank you very much for that. We got our 20 seconds of fame.
Yeah. Well, thanks
like that.
Thanks for the shout out from Smoking Tire.
Yeah.
And they had good things to say.
Yeah. Who knew?
Well, they had great things to say about Dan.
Yep.
So
yeah, who doesn't? I mean,
right.
that guy's good.
Yeah.
He's good people. But one of his friends ordered a Cayman GTS 4-liter from us. It showed up, and it's like a really interesting spec, I think. It's like all-season gentleman.
You're right. Right.
It's agate gray with the espresso interior.
Yes.
Manual.
Oh, cool.
Gold wheels.
Oh, yeah.
But then we put 19-inch Boxster S winter tires and wheels on it for now. And it's got a rear wiper.
Yes.
So
it's going to be driven year round.
I just love that thing. I'm really excited to see that it came in and looked, when you play with the configurator, you got an idea. But when a car really shows up, seeing it in person, it's got the full presence and everything like that. That really kind of changes the look.
Yeah.
So
no, that's
super
awesome.
excited for that and to get to meet our buddy.
Yeah. So he's flying in to pick
He will fly in. Yeah, he's going to come in next month. He's got, it's holiday season right now. But yeah.
Nice. No, that's fantastic. Speaking of holidays, got a big week coming up next week.
Yeah.
I've got family coming in town starting tonight. Actually, I got my sister and brother-in-law are on a plane from Minnesota.
Do you have the garage set up for him yet?
The garage. Yeah. Got a couple cots in there, a couple blankets. Yeah. I mean, it's been nice enough.
Yep.
Right? So it
just need a place that you can just blow out with a leaf blower.
Right.
And a pressure washer.
Yeah.
When
Well,
they're
and I have
gone.
a motion light switch. So if they need to get up to go to the bathroom, the lights will come on.
That's good.
Right.
Or if you need to grab something out of the fridge.
Right? Yes,
Wake 'em up.
They do have a fridge in there. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. Thanksgiving coming up next week, and then my dad's birthday is on Thanksgiving this year. That's actually somewhat common for him, but happy early birthday. But my parents, they get in town late tomorrow night. And then there's friends from Minnesota. They're going to be kind of downtown Denver, and they're all coming in town for the Minnesota Vikings game happening on Sunday.
Well, if you get sick of them, you can come hang out with us and get some sushi for my wife's birthday.
Oh, cool.
It's Lauren's birthday tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Lauren. What, you guys are being downtown Sunday then?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yep. I don't know if I think it's Littleton.
Okay. Well, the game's not until Sunday night.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You can come and sit at a table near us. I can't change the reservation now, but if you can get your own, that's fine. You can stand outside and watch us eat.
Right, exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Underhill, Party of One.
Exactly. That'd be great.
Yeah, put it on the Underhill tab. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's pretty funny. What's the name of the restaurant you're going to?
Maki Zushi.
Maki Zushi.
It's all one word, so it's probably Maki Zushi.
Maki Zushi.
Yep.
That's
It looks
fun.
really good.
It's fun to see.
The pictures I've seen, they're holding whole fish and fish heads and things like that. So it should be
Pretty legit.
pretty fun and interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give it a roll.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah. No, that'll be a lot of fun. I've been to some Dicey birthdays before. They're usually a pretty good time.
We have had fun. We did champagne birthday.
Ooh. Bless you.
You did that. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was probably 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was a good
That
one.
was a long time ago. But
Yep. No,
that was a good one. And
They're usually in Denver.
yeah,
Yeah.
we like to get out. You know, if you're gonna go do something,
Right. Then go do
go
it.
do something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Last year we were in LA,
Oh.
so
Oh wait, was this the house that you rented that you could see that everyone could see you as you took a shower?
no, that one was San Diego for Christmas and New Year's, and yeah, that was
Merry Christmas.
It was that place was so silly. I think we talked about it on the show, but people need reminding. It was called the Castle in the Sky.
That's the name of the house.
That was the name of the house on VRBO, and it probably was awesome 30 years ago, but it had kind of not been kept up in that whole time. None of the doors had locks on them, and our bedroom door, the latch was kind of fussy, so it would end up like unless you really pushed it. It clicked like it was closed, but it wasn't. And then there was no door to our bathroom. But what there were in the bathroom was 3 walls of mirrors that reflected into a mirror that reflected into another mirror, so you could see the dining room. So
from the shower.
From the shower. It's like, you had to plan that. Like, there's no way that was just an accident. Like, you had to plan never know. Yeah, that's just John. He's just washing his butt. Oh, good thing he's thorough. I don't know.
Speaking of that, on my way home a couple nights ago, there was an ad on the radio that was probably a full 60-second ad that was talking about butt crack deodorant.
Yes. Our non-US listeners are going to be so confused about what we talk about. But how weird is that? Yeah. We developed this because my butt stank, but then I realized you can use it on your arms too. Like that's pretty much what it is.
Right.
Like, thanks, lady. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and it's a lady talking
It's
about
safe on your kids and pets. Okay. Well.
I was royally confused because I wasn't like, in the moment I'm driving, but I just notice it on the radio. It's like, wait a minute, she's said butt crack like 5 times.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. You think we're bad.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Thank you very much, right, to the listeners real quick. It's I'm getting more and more feedback about how many people are listening to the show. There was Give a shout out to Andy that I spoke to today about his 914. He's been listening. He somehow thinks we're hilarious sometimes. So he continues
Your
to listen.
eyes say that we are.
Oh, dude. I'm crying.
There's some tears rolling out there.
Yeah. Tears. I am a little bit happy that this week is coming to an end. So those are tears of joy and laughter. So, but no, like some really cool listeners, just saying that they're appreciating, what we're doing here and having a good time. So thank you. Yeah, really. Thank you for everybody that's watching and continues to listen.
Ryan posted, our buddy Ryan from Steering Committee, and we, I guess, do that, the podcaster call once a month to kind of just try to catch up on what's good and what's going on. And he had a great question. What makes a good show? And we don't have to answer it now, but I just thought that was interesting because sometimes you get done, you hang out, and you're like, "Whoa, that was great!"
Yeah, right.
And other times you're like, "Well, thank God we got through an hour.
We made it."
Yeah. And I don't know what the difference is.
Sure.
So, anyway,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess when I walk away, if it felt like it went really quickly, that's usually a good feeling.
That's true.
Whereas when I look at the clock and it's 18 minutes in and I feel like I've been here an hour.
Ooh, 25. We're doing good so far. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long show. But I like being part of those conversations, and we meet some interesting people, doing exactly what we're doing, and hearing other people's ideas, and just what was the last one I got to sit in on? I made it home in time.
Yeah,
log in.
I couldn't.
Yeah, and there was we were talking to a guy that has a giant Instagram following, and
LA Car Spotter.
Yeah,
Cody.
Yeah, and then anyway, so a question came up to him saying, what do you attribute your success to? The followers in social media platform, all that kind of stuff, and kind of the short answer is he made it a job where it was convincing, just said I have to post, so many times per day, and then it was, commenting on other stuff that he likes, but just it was instead of just like, oh hey, I like that and comment on it. It was he made it, even if he didn't feel like it, he just made it a priority that he had to comment on, so many posts or whatever per day. But anyway, I don't know how many followers. I can't remember. It's well over 100,000 followers that the guy has.
Yeah, that guy is.
It's turned into multiple things. Now he makes watches, for people.
Oh yeah,
and all kinds of random stuff. But I mean, it's when you hear it out loud, it kind of makes sense. But I at least appreciated that he said, even on the days that you don't feel well, you still got to get up and do it, right? And knock it out. And it's consistency.
Yeah.
It's a level of commitment. So. Anyway, yeah.
Should we have an Instagram challenge?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Ooh, a Faience Cielo Carrera GT is up on the auction block.
Yeah, look at that.
Right now. It is currently sitting at $1.3 million. And actually, I quasi know that car. It's cool. I've seen it, multiple times because it's actually from Colorado. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see. I guess it looks, 1.4 million it's sitting at right now. If I remember right, it's got about 6,000 miles on it or so, something like that, 7,000 miles. But anyway, that's fun. I like seeing Porsches be successful that way.
Expensive Porsches.
That's right. Yep. But what is happening with Porsche? So we're getting a lot of questions about the ST. Right, allocations for GT cars, stuff like that. And then we've even got a good friend that wants to build an ST right on the show with us. Like configure one.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that would be definitely a ton of fun. Where we could arrange that and sit down. I don't know if he'd want to do it here in person or do it over
we could blur out his face.
We could blur out his face.
Or get him like a hockey mask to wear.
Right. That might be kind of fun. But that's kind of cool to build an ST with a client just live. And then that actually kind of made me think, John, that we still haven't had our guy on to talk about Euro delivery.
I know.
And
I think about that a lot.
So,
but it's usually like as I'm driving home from work and I would feel bad calling to ask.
Right. Yeah. So there's tons of things, especially coming into the holidays. I think there's a lot of fun stuff that we could talk about.
Our swap meet?
That's right.
We got our first couple signups.
That's right. December 2nd is our swap meet. So actually an email blast went out today to give everybody a link to register. The description of the swap meet labels December 2nd, Saturday, as far as the day that it is, which that's correct. And then like down the email, the date and time, it got changed to
Thursday
December
the 7th.
7th, which is a typo. So there will be a correction email come out, but not for 3 days, like based on timing structure. And what's also really cool is that the 356 registry added our event to their calendar.
Well, there you go.
So hopefully people read the description.
Yeah.
Not the date. But yeah, no, we've got people registered already. And then Chris Lennon, thank you, Chris, is committed to coming, and he's going to promote his book and then some other services that he does with Pikes Peak. And then with the artist.
Yep. Mike Zagorski.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's coming.
Is he going to be doing a live demonstration?
I have no idea.
That's.
I hope
be
so.
Cool.
I hope he paints live.
That'd be pretty
It's
sweet.
like a caricature thing. You just pull your car up and he draws it real quick.
Kind of fun.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be kind of fun.
Maybe that's maybe we have a new business idea right there. Yeah. Caricatures. Just 30 seconds. We draw your car.
Right,
$20.
Right. Yeah. No, that's super cool. And then, like you mentioned, the local Porsche Club should have a booth set up talking about what they do and getting some new members to sign up. But I know that we've got some people that are bringing 911 G-body, parts, wheels, some collectibles, body parts. So still kind of organizing. I mean, there's going to be trailers, of things, but we have parking, for
What do you think
stuff.
a Premier Dealer Award is worth?
I don't know. We got a lot of them.
Yeah.
What's it worth on the open market?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's a good question. It looks expensive, and it's pretty heavy.
There's only 25 a year.
Right.
And nobody else. Who else sells them? Probably be the only one on eBay.
Might be. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. And I mean, usually you pick if you're doing a white elephant gift type thing, you really hope for one that's heavy.
Yeah.
Because usually heavy means money.
Yep.
So, yeah. No, that's an interesting idea, John.
Thanks.
So if we find one on eBay, we might know where it's coming from.
Just scratch off the name.
Right.
Porsche of somewhere.
Yeah. Are you going to bring anything?
I don't think I have anything to sell.
You just keep it all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like to keep the stuff, but man, I walk past a lot of things, all the time that I don't even think about.
Yeah.
And then as I'm thinking about this swap meet happening, like the posters, for instance, I've got, I don't know, a couple decades worth of posters that are rolled up in tubes.
Yep.
Obviously, they're not getting much use. So, and some of them might be worth some pretty decent money.
Well, I'll buy some. If they're original, I can have them bedazzled.
Right? Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that'd be cool.
There's a couple of posters out there that I actually never got for myself, which I'm a little bit disappointed. The number one poster, for anybody thinking of a gift idea, would be a 993 Turbo poster that kills bugs fast. I never got that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was a dealer-only poster originally, and then now you can buy reprints or whatever. But I never got that one, and that's got to be one of the most iconic car posters.
It came out when we were very impressionable.
Yes,
Yeah.
But it's kind of, it's kind of funny, right? I mean, it's Porsche is a very, I'd hate to say black and white, but they typically are. It's cut and dry, like it's very proper.
It's a serious company.
Very serious company.
But with silly ads. A lot of silly ads.
Right. They're real ads. Like, now, come on, did you really imagine yourself daydreaming about a Mitsubishi when you were a child? Like, no.
Yeah. Yep. Nobody's perfect.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
There are some good ones.
Right. So yeah, I think that's some pretty fun stuff. But just, I guess when you're with the brand, for over 20 years, that stuff, it does. Like it's pretty crazy how much you accrue over time. Coffee mugs. Holy crap. I can't even begin to count how many different kinds of coffee mugs Porsche that have never been used.
You should, I'd buy a couple of those.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have they had collector sets, because all that stuff they make in limited numbers. A lot of them are they have the number.
Yeah. I've got a
bottom.
numbered coffee cup.
It's kind of,
Pretty silly.
It's pretty fun stuff. The little tiny model cars, But every single one of those that I have, I received at a training or a launch event. Those ones, I don't, those ones I would kind of.
They don't take up enough space to need to get rid of.
No. But they have purpose, to me. Like they have a value to me that, just because, I mean, I wasn't given those necessarily. I earned them, by doing the trainings and the launches and all that kind of stuff. And so those ones, I think I would keep that kind of thing. But there's a lot, just a lot of random stuff over time. The books, oh my gosh. Whether launch books or, just
all the brochures and stuff.
All the brochures, things where people will come raid from the dealership and then sell it on eBay. Right?
Yeah. We should just take all of our brochure books and stack them up on a table.
We could
just get rid of them all.
Right? We could.
Yep.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, I don't need one. Oh, yeah, you do.
Which actually, if you notice that most of that stuff has actually gone away.
A lot of it has.
Used to have to be on display, and that was a requirement. And where in our dealership is there a brochure book for any model car on display? They're not.
No.
We put them away.
Yeah.
People can ask for them, and we have them, but there's no displays anymore.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of a bummer. I know the internet's there, but sitting down with a brochure from an auto show or something like that, I used to do that all the time. And you'd look through and like with Mercedes, you could see their suggested color palettes.
Oh, sure.
Where they'd have the interior and exterior, and they'd be like, "These look good. This one not so much. This one absolutely not. We won't do it."
Right. Mm-hmm. No, that's right. Because they do. They put actual color swatches. In the back. That's pretty fun. And then if you go old school, they had actual leather, like you could feel it in the cloth, the fabric stuff. No, that's pretty cool. Owner's manuals. We had some. I've got them somewhere around here where. Cleaning out our cabinets.
Yeah, they're
one time
back there.
Yeah, there was 928 GTS.
Yeah,
owner's manual. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't sell that.
No, some of those are pretty neat. We could
put.
How
about our license plates? Can we sell those license plates?
We can't. We've only got a few thousand of them sitting around.
MJLPO just made some cash. Right. We just need to organize them.
Right.
What do you think? $5
per license plate? Hey, 25 cents. I don't care. Like, make them go away.
Yeah. What's the legality on that? I wonder.
I'm pretty sure we cannot sell them. They don't. I don't know. The license plates, the majority of them we have they're
all expired. They're
not
all
only
dead.
Expired, but they're like ages, like years old kind of thing. So,
yeah,
that's a good question. We could cut them up and make purses out of them. I don't know.
Yeah, there's that place that does it out. It makes like keychains out of old airplane bodies.
Right.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Your business idea.
December 2nd. I can't pronounce it. Porsche Classic A, something Treffen. It's a Porsche swap meet. It's a gathering. But so anyway, it's indoor. It's inside our new and pre-owned showrooms. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
We've never done anything like it.
I hope we get a bunch of people.
I think we will. I sure do hope that we do see a lot of people come through. And it's pretty much, almost all afternoon. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well enough that we do it again next year. We got some different jams going on in my
head. You like this?
Yeah.
Getting ready for the holiday.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Do you have plans for the holidays?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Short conversation.
Oh, how about you?
No.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. No, my parents will be here the week after Thanksgiving, I think. Okay. They'll come and we'll probably do an early Christmas, something like that with the kids.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then, yeah.
At what stage do you start doing Christmas where it's like just a cruise, or something? Where there's no tree, there's no gifts, there's no... You go do something instead of...
Yeah.
At what point do you start doing that? Like, I could do that now.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
My kids are 16 years old.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't know what stage. Should they be... Maybe the kids should be out of high school. Would that be better? Like if they're college?
that'd be fine, I guess. I don't know. I never would have cared.
Right.
Like I appreciate everything that I've ever gotten, but you know, it doesn't make me love you more if you, if you get me a turtleneck. Like, it's cool.
But how about a MacBook? Would a MacBook change your life?
I already have one. I think at this point in life, I think I'm up to like, you probably got to get me some kind of 911
Yeah.
for it to be like a really like a dang.
Wow, that's
Because I don't know what else I need.
yeah. You know what I will be delivering for some holiday joy here pretty soon is butter braids to the people that ordered them from Reese for her dance school. And kind of a funny story about that, actually. So they've been picked up, and now they have to be divided so I can bring them here and hand them out to the people that ordered them, my neighbors and stuff like that. So anyway, the funny story part of it is Preston, my son, took Reese to dance, and then they were picking up the butter braid orders to get them home, put them in the freezer, and start doing all that stuff. Anyway, so I asked, hey, how's it going? How many, is it a lot of stuff? Preston responds with one medium size-ish box and 2 small boxes. And that's it. So I responded like, that's interesting. I would have expected a lot more. And he said, no, that was it. Like, okay, well, maybe no one ordered anything. I mean, I ordered a lot, but I plan on giving some out, right? So anyway, I just thought, okay, that's surprising. Well, anyway, later that night, Preston sends me a little video and says, by the way, Reese didn't let me go into dance school to pick up the butter braids when I dropped her off. So when I went back to get her, I went into the dance school, and he said, so we picked up 3 boxes. Reese picked up 3 boxes when they showed up and said that was it. When Preston got back to the dance school, there were 8 more boxes he had to pick up. So they have a freezer. They have a secondary freezer in the basement, and it is it is stacked full, right? There is no room for anything else in there. And I thought, oh my gosh. I mean, it's over 100, of these things are stacked in there. And anyway,
it was pretty stuffed.
It was very stuffed.
It looked like a carton of cigarettes, like, or what do you call a pack? An open pack of cigarettes, just loaded into a refrigerator.
Yeah. So that's going to take a while. So hopefully they've been sorting through those, getting them all divided out, so that way I can actually grab these things.
Hopefully they stayed frozen.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they did.
Yeah. They freeze them pretty solid.
I'm looking forward to that, though. My next door neighbors are hilarious when it comes to that, because when I sent them the heads up saying, hey, by the way, Reese is doing this for the first time with her dance school, and both of them, they start kind of cracking up, saying, are you serious? Like, we're starting a holiday diet and you're going to send me this crap? And they always put in a giant order and split it up like between a couple houses or whatever. So anyway, it's a fun time, right, to get to do that stuff. And it's something where you're splurging a little bit on yourself for something that you're just going to share with other people. So I enjoy it.
That's
a
nice thought.
Pretty cool. And then sharing with other people, I'm going to have a house full, I guess, leading up to Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving Day, everyone leaves, like Thanksgiving morning. So that's kind of funny.
Cool. So are you on your own? Flying
No.
solo then?
No. So Catherine and kids, we're doing Thanksgiving on Thursday. I'm actually going to do Thanksgiving with some of Catherine's family that we've done Thanksgivings before with them on Wednesday, because their family is available. One of the kids in that family is a firefighter, and he's working Thursday, but he's got Wednesday off. So we'll do Thanksgiving on Wednesday, because I'm taking Wednesday off. Announcing to the world.
Good.
I will not be here.
It is your day off.
I will not be here this next Wednesday or Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But anyway, and then Thursday morning, family takes off, and then Catherine and her kids and we'll do kind of our own. We're going to do a turducken.
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
We need to go get a turkey. And I don't remember how big I'm supposed to get for my deep fryer. Because we get one from work all the time, but we usually get it like Tuesday, and I can't thaw it out before, so I need, because
you get the turkey for 2024.
Yeah, exactly. And then the problem is I put it in the freezer in my garage, and then in the winter, the freezer doesn't stay cold enough. So then it kind of thaws a little bit, and then I got to throw out a turkey.
Yikes. Yeah.
So Anyway, we don't want to do that.
Yeah. I have no idea how to cook a turducken.
I don't either.
I was telling the kids, saying, in a somewhat of a joking manner, I'm a little bit worried, like a little nervous about it.
Yep.
Because it's a turkey with a duck with a chicken.
Yeah.
Right. And when you cook a turkey, like sometimes people will stuff it.
Yep.
Right. And then sometimes the stuffing is not fully cooked.
Yeah.
Right. When the turkey's done. And so you should discard that stuff, right? That's out there. Now, replace the stuffing with chicken.
More birds. Yeah.
Right?
Salmonella.
Yeah. Stuffing, you throw it away, like whatever. You'll probably be okay. A chicken.
Unrendered duck fat. That doesn't sound great.
You might die.
Yeah.
Right. It'd make you very, very sick. That's for sure.
I don't know anything about it, but I would probably cook it slowly.
Just for like 12 hours?
Yeah. I don't know what the time would be, but at a lower temperature than I would normally. Because like you say, you got more mass to deal with.
I'm almost wondering if it's quasi like pre-cooked and all you got to do is
that'd be
heat
good.
it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm almost hoping that that's how it comes.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, it showed up at the house today. So I'm excited. I don't think it's massive. I think the whole thing is probably the size of like a small watermelon. Yeah. I don't know.
How big was the chicken?
It's more like a Cornish game in.
Yeah. Oh. It's like a baseball inside a softball inside a football. It's a small chicken. Right? Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Like I said, it showed up today, so we'll see. It's actually like an entire.
Why don't you just
Creole
smoke it? Just throw it in your smoker for
How
2
long
days.
would that? I was gonna say a couple days. Right. I need someone to go check the smoker. Go through a few bags of wood chips or whatever. Yeah. Oh, that would be pretty cool. It'd be a good way to do it. Like you say, low and slow.
I think that's the right attitude for that.
Yeah. Just don't get the smoker above like 190. Just let it
I
go.
think that's even hot.
Yeah. 180.
I guess what does turkey have to get to? 165 is where you want to get that to.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think that's probably about somewhere there.
That'd be it'd be tasty. It'd be juicy, I bet. So I'm excited for that. That'll be a lot of fun. And then it's on to Christmas time, which, man, this year has just flown by.
Yeah.
Absolutely flown by.
Yeah.
And at some point, John, we really do need to create a show where it's kind of clips of some of our best moments.
You know the problem with that?
I can think of a few.
Okay, here's what I think the problem with that is. That's way more work than just sitting down and rambling for an hour. Because like this, I mean, what people get is what people get. Who knows? Who cares what they're getting? Right. You know, everybody that's been listening right now understands what they're probably getting. Right? I think we have a solid listener base. It may not be growing, but it's also not shrinking.
Right.
The people that like us like us.
Yeah.
And for us to go back and try to like. Remember that time we said something funny? What show was that on?
Right.
Like, how many hours am I going to have to listen to us to figure out the clip and pull that together? Maybe we can make people do that. Right. You know, if there's an episode where you remember us saying something funny, send me the episode number and the time, and we'll clip it out.
I have a feeling that a lot of them will come back Euro trip.
Well, that was a good one.
That was a good one. And it's recent. It's super fresh in your brain.
It's top of memory. It would be fun to go back and listen a little bit. Maybe I should do that. Maybe it'll give us some new ideas that we used to do that were really good that we just accidentally forgot about and no longer do.
Yeah. One of my best friends, Josh, who has a couple of young boys. So one of his favorite clips that he's told me about was he and his 3 boys are driving back from wherever, like they're headed home.
Yep.
And they hadn't listened to the show for a while. And so they turn it on, right? They're driving their Macan, and it's your description of us leaving the car show in the 993 GT2.
Oh, yeah.
Club Sport and how peeling around and how kids are running and chasing. And it reminded you of the event where people are chasing a cheese wheel down a giant hill, breaking their legs and collarbones chasing a cheese wheel. Anyway, whatever that clip was, Josh said his boys were legitimately belly shaking, laughing, like belly laughing, right?
Oh, well,
he said it was hysterical listening to that segment. So it's pieces, but I wouldn't know that if Josh hadn't told me about it. So I love that. Send some feedback. Tell us what maybe some of your favorite moments are. That would be really funny to relive some of that. I'd like it.
I would too. I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because I think one of our first shows ever was you describing how you're really good at eating on the job.
It's true. I don't remember that, so I should go back and pick these up again. Yeah,
I think that was either after our Singer party or GT3 party, because we had a design studio that we were doing the show from, and it was loaded with all the
that must
food.
have been Singer party.
I think it was Singer party.
So that was the first one. That was I think that was show number 1.
Maybe our first hour-long show.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
I don't know.
But anyway, I remember you describing that because you had to tell a story about how you would order. You got a free slider with a drink
with a Bloody Mary.
With a Bloody Mary, and so you would just ring that up, and then the server would bring, or someone from the kitchen would run it out to you, and then you would just duck behind the bar and throw down a slider.
This all tracks. That's how I met my wife.
There you go.
Yeah.
Relive moment number 1.
That's pretty good. It is kind of interesting. We've got kind of like 2 years of a weekly diary together, right? And I don't, we try to, it's like Dragnet, right? We change the names to protect the innocent.
Right.
But we don't really pull many punches with this. If something happened and it's on our mind, we try to talk about it. And so it's kind of, that would be fun to go back and reminisce a little bit and see where we came from.
Right. It's a long way. We've definitely come a long way.
Yeah.
However, we're still looking for sponsors that are willing to pay.
I think DoorDash would be a good one.
DoorDash would be a great sponsor.
Fine.
Yep, exactly. We did read ads for Prima Car Care products for a while.
Yep.
That was kind of fun. But they never paid their tab. So
that's true.
Anyways, we dropped them.
Yeah.
Anyway, that Griots, that's some good shit.
Yeah. Adam's Car Care? I don't know.
Right.
I'll find one. Maybe Leno.
Ooh, Leno.
That would be a good fit.
Like some startup stuff.
Yeah.
There's an interesting car going at the auction. 2002 Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR Roadster.
Yeah. That's
a pretty
cool.
wild car. I think they were estimating that car would go for about $12 million.
Wow. But I mean, I think the reason I like those cars, it's the same generation as the 911 GT1 street car.
Right.
And what I think is so cool about them is they're kind of the end of an era of a Le Mans prototype race car that you could buy and drive on the street.
Right.
I don't know that, like the 918, the Carrera GT, awesome cars, but they were never dedicated race cars. They weren't developed to be race cars. They were developed to be street cars, at least on some level. Whereas these things, they were building those just to get raced.
Yeah, right.
And that's the end of an era, right? You had the Jaguar D-types and SKSSs and XKSSs and stuff like that. And even some of the, the early Porsche stuff, 550s and cars like that were really street cars first, and you could drive them to the racetrack, and that's basically what these are.
Right.
So kind of a interesting thing.
It looks very much more like a kit car than the GT1. To me, the GT1 looks like a fairly, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like an organic looking car, whereas in this, it's got a lot of different angles and just different stuff, right? And so it almost looks like it's this really wild body kit, I mean, the car is obviously amazing, right? And it's cool. It's super unique. But it makes me think, what does a GT1 sell for now? Is it in the same?
Yeah, I think so.
Park?
510.
Yeah,
maybe. This one, I don't know. I don't know if they made more or less.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the number 5 would be my guess. They made 5 of those. I don't know if that's true or totally not true.
Yeah, because it's a Spider, you mean?
Because, yeah, exactly.
Right. Because I mean, there used to be rules, right? As far as homologation, you had to build
25, I think, was the number.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, depending on which one, but for this generation, it was 25 cars.
Because GT1s, they made 21
or 2. I don't know.
Yeah, because there's a couple 993 GT1s.
Yep.
There's only like two or three maybe.
Yep.
Strasse version, Strasse something. Yeah, street version, and then the rest are the coupes, like our local car here. Yeah, super cool. 9.3 million is what it wound up going for. I have a feeling that actually may have fallen at the very beginning of what they thought it would sell for. So anyway, that's kind of fun to be in Las Vegas doing
It'd
this
be
stuff
great.
right now.
You know, how much fun would it be to just be able to go and drop $10 million on a car and not have it change your life?
Right.
You know,
right.
That's
Right. Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then they're paying 20%. So I was looking up what what Sotheby's says it's sold for.
Yeah.
And it is a full 20% on buy fee.
On top of that?
On top of that. Mm-hmm.
And what's the consignment fee?
Probably
another
20%.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Good.
Yeah. So Sotheby's is definitely making out like a pretty good mint out of selling all this
That's pretty
stuff.
healthy.
Now, the show that they're doing in Vegas is pretty darn impressive, right?
Yeah.
That they have. That is not a cheap show to put together. But selling that Mercedes F1 car, if it works out right, they made $3 million selling the one car.
Excuse me.
That's probably enough to put that show together.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
it's an interesting psychological thing, I think, to be at an auction, because you wonder, like, could we have sold that F1 car for $15 million and not charge them, the seller, $1.5 million to sell it?
I don't think so.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, in an environment like that, and obviously there's a lot of build up to it, right? I mean, they legitimately spent 30 minutes at this auction selling that one F1 car.
Geez, only $500,000 a minute.
So, but I mean, if they and let's say on average they're spending, let's say on average 2 minutes, selling each car. Mm-hmm. So on average, if we have a car that sits here for roughly 45 to 50 days before it sells, I mean, do the math. How long would it take to sell an F1 car? They spent half an hour on it. Mm-hmm. And it's the right buyer, the right time, and you put the whales in the room, together. And actually, one of them was on the phone; he wasn't even in the room. So, you just, I guess, you find ways to gather all those people together, and then you put them on, and kind of challenge each other. Yeah, I mean,
I think we just figured it out. Mm-hmm. So what we do with the ST, we just order it,
right?
And you and me get to spec it live on the show.
Yes,
with no input from anybody else. We just do it,
right? Mm-hmm.
It shows up. Mm-hmm. We get all the people that want it in a room,
right?
And we just say, who wants it?
Yeah. What were you telling me the other day? There was a ST allocation.
Yeah, auctioned. So I don't know who did it. I've got a client that asked me to put him in the hat for the allocations that we got. I told him, you've never done business with us before, so the odds of me being able to do this are going to be very, 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 very remote. I'm never going to say no to anything, but keep looking.
Yeah, right.
And so he said, thanks, I appreciate that. And then we just kept talking, and he's actually going to come in on Tuesday to drive some GT3s.
Okay.
But he was on another dealership's kind of watch list for it, and they auctioned off theirs, the build slot. So not the car, just the slot to build.
Wow. Okay.
And $328,000
is what it sold for.
Yep.
How did they even host the auction?
No idea.
Wow.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep.
$328,000 to
build a car,
to get the car.
Yep.
To spend another $320,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Which, I mean, that's kind of what I predicted, double. It'll sell for double.
Yeah.
Right. It's just when you think about it in those terms, that's just wild.
And hopefully the person that got it understands that they have to lease the car.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty interesting. I know we were talking about that just the other day with our local guy here. And he agrees. He said that they're not doing anything other than just kind of annoying some people.
Yeah. You're
and
kicking the can down the road.
Yeah, and Porsche Financial makes some money off the deal. But yeah, they're just kind of delaying the market ridiculousness with that car. So So not only,
maybe they'll come out with the ST2.
Maybe.
And
right?
it'll be unlimited production. If you want one, you can get it.
So 918 VIP statuses are running out starting kind of beginning, middle of 2025. I'm kind of actually learning that it was dependent on when you ordered the 918, maybe like when you were first assigned that car, I believe. But
that's when your time clock started?
Yes.
Because that's when you got the privilege?
There's a specific date.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you're a VIP status holder, there's a specific date that you run out of time. And Porsche's notifying them. You have a little, like a year and a half left, roughly from
10
now.
million, and you can buy back in for another 10 years. You heard it here first.
I hope not.
You heard it here first. You like this program?
But it's getting people, like, hey, if you want a Cayenne Turbo GT, if you want a Macan GTS, if you want, all this stuff, you are running out of time, right? If you really want to get these
So
on-top
what
cars.
do they do? Just email Porsche and say, I need one of these, and then Porsche gives us a car?
No, they don't email Porsche because 918 clients have to get those cars through the dealership that they got the 918 from.
Yep.
So basically, no. I mean, like one of our VIPs would say, hey, I want to get a Macan GTS. Well, we don't have one. Well, tell them it's an on-top car, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay. So then we contact our people.
Yep.
I need a Macan GTS for this VIP client.
Okay.
And then they figure out a way to make it happen.
Well, there you go.
So I think that's interesting, but it's I don't know. I think it's more interesting to see that the specific dates. It's not like January 1st, 2025 or December 31st, 2025.
Yep.
It's a specific date for each VIP.
What if they launch something and you're just expired and it's the coolest thing ever?
Like what's the Mission X thing? When is that coming out?
Sometime.
6, 7, something like that.
I
So it'll be out after
30.
it expires.
I would bet 30.
And then the 7-passenger Cayenne is coming out in 2027 as well. Is that right?
That sounds right.
The Project X or something.
Yeah.
Why? So anyway, whatever.
That'll be cool to see.
That'll be super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. We're over an hour.
We made it.
Holy moly. Man, it started slow, but geez, it just ramped.
We got
to the
there.
end.
Yep, exactly. Well, then.
Well, was this a good show, John?
I think it had moments. You cried a little bit.
I did.
That to me is probably my line for was it a good show? Did Justin cry? If yes, proceed to the bottom.
Right,
Good show.
yeah,
There's other criteria, but that one is an immediate. Straight to the bottom, you win. Yep. Flow chart that.
Awesome. Flow chart it.
All right. Well,
You got a song picked out?
I do. And I think it's at least mildly not appropriate. I mean, mildly, it has an E by it, but I think the words become a problem after 30 seconds.
All right.
No, it might be. Well, let's try it. There might be an F-bomb pretty early. So if you have kids in the car,
Right. Time to turn it
parental discretion is advised.
Is advised. Yep.
So,
All right.
For first dibs, I'm John,
And I'm Justin.
and this is Diantwort.